Hi, I'm Mrs. Poppe. I'm the Director of Campus Ministry, and I teach the Peer Ministry class at Judge Memorial High School. This is my 4th year being a faculty member at Judge. So I came back into my teaching career a little later in life. I stayed home and took care of my kids for a long time. And a lot of computer advances have been made since I've come back to school. So that first year that I taught, I was pretty resistant to learning anything about the Canvas system, which is where we turn all of our work on and do assignments. So that has been the biggest change for me this year. I've really been forced to get to know Canvas, assign things. My peer ministry class realizes now I've figured out how to add files. So I keep learning more and more about doing work online, and it's actually pretty exciting. I think before school started, I was really worried about being around more people than just my family. So we spent 4 or 5 months just being around the same 10 people maybe. So to think about coming back to school, a building where we'd see 600 people every week was really scary. But quickly, about a week after being here, I felt really safe. I feel like we are able to distance. We remind students all the time to step back from each other. Classrooms feel like they're really good with only half the amount of students in there with spacing with students. So I think mastering the technology part of it and then being around a lot of people were things I was nervous about, but all of those have really come together into a situation where I do feel really safe and able to teach. I have 3 students in my home that attend Judge, and I have to say I feel like they're learning the same amount that they would have last year. They spend a lot of time doing work and studying. The way that I feel we're doing classes here, where even when you're at home, you're still in the class via Zoom, so you're still seeing your teacher and listening to your teacher and seeing classmates. I think that makes a huge difference. If it was all online and we weren't able to see each other and talk to each other, I think the motivation would go away. But because we see each other via Zoom, and then once a week they're seeing their teacher live in person, they're held accountable for things. That's how I see it as a teacher. I don't know. And I see that happening with my students that live at my house, my children. So I hope that is what's happening. It's gone way better than I expected. Yeah, I think all of these new things that COVID brings to us, it really could have been a disaster. Teachers really could have stressed out and really been resilient to coming back. And our entire faculty and staff that is here really had the attitude of, okay, how can we do this? How can we do this safely? And how can we teach our students effectively? So there are lots of teacher emails that go around to each other. Hey, I figured out how to do this on Canvas. Or did you guys know about this feature on Zoom? So there's a lot of sharing among faculty members, things that are working, things that aren't. And so instead of dread, it's more excitement among faculty than I would have expected. Still sporting events going on. There are clubs that meet via Zoom or sometimes in person. I feel like when we have those moments to connect personally, it keeps kids going. Moving all online, I think, would be tough and make a bit of a difference. When we've had students who have made that choice to stay home all the time, I think there is a sadness that sits in, and when that happens, I think motivation can drop. Like, my whole job is to get kids to hug each other and love each other, and that's just not a possibility this year. And the things that are most exciting about my job, like running Kairos retreats where we go on overnight retreats, that's really difficult at the moment. And we're working hard to find safe ways to still be able to do those things, but I think that's my biggest challenge.